For this series, who is it most important for? Like, who needs to win out of the players of both these teams?
I think there's always more scrutiny on the Knicks, and there will always be more hand-wringing afterward, and the people of Indiana love their basketball, and they love their basketball team, and if for some reason Neesmith's more hurt than we think, and the Pacers end up not winning this series, I think people will be pretty excited that they have their basketball team went to the conference finals multiple years, right? I just think that the Knicks are always going to be under more pressure. There's always going to be a question of, did you spend too much on Mikal Bridges? What other move can you make? Is Bridges good enough? What about Cat? He had a great fourth quarter, but he did not have a great first three quarters, in the game previous. Like, I think they need it more because there will always be more questions surrounding them. I just don't know if they're going to get it.
Yeah, I would say it's a tie between Mikal Bridges and Karl Towns.
Oh, you mean specifically?
Specifically.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I thought you meant which team.
No, like, both these teams are in a way playing with house money. I don't think anyone expected the Pacers to be here.
No one in New York thinks they're playing with house money. They're the best team that ever lived, Chris Mannix.
That's true. But, beating the Celtics, I mean, that was a win in its own right.
Yeah.
Like, getting past Boston after getting swept by them in the regular season series, that was impressive. Individually, though, it's Bridges and Towns. Because now you're here, right? Like, now you're in this position. Bridges, because every time he has a bad game, the words 5 first-round picks come up because the Knicks gave up a boatload to get this guy. And look, they won game 3. He did not shoot the ball particularly well, especially from three-point range. That said, he did do a very good job on Tyrese Halliburton. I think Tyrese Halliburton, when he looks at Mikal Bridges, he ain't looking to score. He's looking to get off it. He's looking to play decoy. If he gets a screen, yeah, sure, I'll go up against, Brunson, Towns, even OG Anunoby, anybody but Mikal Bridges. Yeah. Every time he sees Mikal Bridges, he's not looking to go downhill and play against him. So I'll give Mikal Bridges credit for that, but he's got to shoot good numbers in this series. He's got to get those shooting percentages up. And Towns, even though he was amazing in game 3, he's had some shaky moments throughout the course of this series.
He was amazing at the end. I mean, look, I actually think Karl Towns is underrated is the wrong word. I think he's overcriticized. I think he is the player he is. Expecting him to be different is a mistake after a decade, and that you should appreciate what he can do for your basketball team. He did not have a great first 3 quarters compared to the fourth quarter, though. I mean, correct?
No. What did he have, like 6 points through 3 quarters? Like, he was bad. He had a bad first half. And then all of a sudden, he starts drilling threes and going to the basket and making plays and showing that he's the dynamic offensive player that he is. I think it's between those two guys. Towns, Bridges, probably for different reasons, but I think it's between them two.
But what do you think New York... So if you say that they weren't expected to beat Boston, but they did, and now you have a relatively wide open East next year because the Celtics are not going to have Jason Tatum and the whole order's being upended and we don't know if Giannis is going to be in the conference, what should New York do then, assuming...
I mean, I would... If I'm the Knicks, I'd run it back. You're seeing the positive impact that Mitchell Robinson makes on this team. A full year of Mitchell Robinson playing alongside Towns, that's going to go a long way towards making your team a bottom third defensive team into a top half of the league defensive team. We saw what Towns was playing opposite Rudy Gobert. He's built to play alongside a top defensive player. Yeah, you have to shuffle the deck a little bit. Maybe Josh Hart becomes a 6th man full-time, but that's just the way it goes. Yeah. You become deeper as well. I mean, I think that's going to have to be a priority for the Knicks, getting a 7th, 8th, and 9th man that Tom Thibodeau actually wants to play regularly. Like, again, the most shocking part of the starting lineup rotation is that Tibbs, I think they played the fewest starting lineups in the NBA this season and the playoffs. Their starters played the most minutes together.
There were half a dozen new ones in that game.
Incredible. Just an incredible shakeup of the race. So I would nibble on the fringe a little bit, try to find somebody that can replace Campaign reasonably in that rotation. Maybe another wing player you can roll out there, a backup guard. Deuce McBride's fine. Like, all these guys they got there are good. And Brunson's still going to be Brunson, maybe better next year. I wouldn't shake things up if I'm the New York Knicks if I go out next year. I mean, I think, look, they're still in this series. I think they can still win it. I think it's going to be tough if they can get to Game 7 at MSG for Indiana to win there this time around. I know they've done it before, but this time around, I think it'll be tougher. But if they go out, I wouldn't change anything. I'd keep it all together.
I don't know. Yeah. I think Tyrese Halliburton I think his game would get better at Madison Square Garden in Game 7 then.
Tyrese Halliburton did not play great in Game 3.
I'm just saying in terms of when you say Game 7 in the Garden.
I get it. He's another one though, but he was, and I wrote about this a little bit. Like he's too much of a decoy in Game 3. He was not looking to engage, especially in the second half when they really needed him to get a bucket. They got smoked in the fourth quarter, 36-20 in Game 3. They got killed. So again, people will be listening to this probably after Game 4, and maybe Halliburton goes for 50, and you can
Or maybe the Knicks
hit
are
the
right
2X
back in
button,
it.
fast forward.
It's 2-2,
Yeah, I know.
and New York is like, that's it, they're winning the title.
All right.